The Australian Tax Office has issued a warning about an increase in scammers trying to collect information and steal money. More than 50,000 people reported ATO impersonation scams last year, with unsuspecting victims losing a total of more than $800,000. Joining us live now is the ATO Assistant Commissioner, Tim Lowe. Tim, we appreciate your time. Explain it for us. What form are these scams coming in? Is it through websites, phone calls, texts and emails? How exactly are the scammers going about it?
Thanks for having me, Ashley. Well, there's a number of different scams that are happening at the moment. The most common one, or the most recent one, is a scam involving scammers purporting to provide a fee to apply for a tax file number or an Australian business number on behalf of someone else. And what they're doing is they're not only taking the fee from someone, but they're stealing the personal and financial information from the unsuspecting Australian who's looking to obtain that Australian business number or tax file number. What we're saying to people is this: if you need to apply for a tax file number, you can do so for free on the ATO's website. It's really simple. It's easy as making a cup of coffee, and you don't have to pay anyone to do it.
And so just clarify for us, if the ATO does need to get in touch with someone legitimately, how could someone expect that the ATO would do that? What sort of communication would you use if you do need information from someone so that people can be on the watch for any dodgy communication coming through?
Yes, actually, sometimes we do call people at the ATO, but there's a few dead giveaways to know it's not at the ATO. The first is we'll never use a robocall or a pre-recorded message to contact you. There'll always be a real person on the other side of the line. The second thing is that we'll never project our number onto your phone, so it'll always be a no-caller ID if it's the ATO calling you. And thirdly is the tone of the voice. Scammers will typically use a threatening voice, threatening you with jail, arrest or deportation. At the ATO, we'll typically contact you in a friendly voice. My advice to people is this: if you do receive a call from a scammer, just hang up and call us on our dedicated scam line, which is 1800 008 540.
Glad to hear that there are some friendly folk at the ATO. That's good to know, that no threats of jail are in that initial phone call. Do we actually see the incidence of these sort of scams? Do they increase closer to tax time? Do the scammers sort of pick their timing when it comes to issuing these sorts of messages?
Yeah, spot on, Ashley. As we approach the tax time, we do sense an increase in the number of scammers trying to, scam, unsuspecting and Australians, especially as we approach tax time. So every year it's the same thing, and we just want to make sure people, stay safe from scams this year.
And how much money typically do people lose through these sort of scams? Is it a few $100s, thousands of dollars?
No, it's thousands of dollars, and typically, elderly Australians get scammed by these, gutless scammers, but also young people as well. And the scammers are becoming more sophisticated every year.
Do you think scamming is underreported, that people do get maybe a bit embarrassed that they've been tricked and they don't go ahead and report it?
No, I don't think so, Ashley. I think people do try and report it. Like, some of our advice is to tell your friends, families and loved ones about these scams. It's really important to protect your loved ones from these scammers. They're unscrupulous, and we want to make sure that they're protected.
Tim Lowe, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for taking us through that, and some very good advice in there for all of us. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Ashley. Really appreciate it.